I was in a marriage that fell apart. I think at some point, as an artist, as an entertainer, you have to decide either family life or a life on the road. I got to that point. I met Zach, who is a tour manager, and he said, "You have something, and you can do something with it. Or you can continue to build a house and a home with this woman who would die for you." Too many choices. And I said, get me on the road. That's who I am. That's who I have always been. And I didn't know it until I started going on the road.
Can I make a reservation for brunch today?
I didn't know who I was until I got on the road, if I'm honest. I was a person who lived your regular 9 to 5, I worked at a Walmart supercenter for a long time. I was doing well. I started at a very young age there, making great money, and I moved up to manager, specifically at the supercenters, which I don't think a lot of people understand that a manager at a regular Walmart, you're not dealing with a larger size store. At a supercenter, you are dealing with a larger size store, meaning you're not the only manager. You're a department head. Their managers, they see their department. You have your frozen food section. You have your produce, which the other Walmarts don't have food like that at all. And then you have some people who are in the entertainment, the television, the video games, the DVDs, which that is actually where that's where I exist, because I wanted to be an entertainer. So I thought, well, I should be in the DVD, TVs, computers department.
Yeah. He'd like to give you a window.
If they could do a window.
Window. Do you want a booth or
Let's do a booth.
Could we get a booth near the window?
Window booth. Call it a window booth whenever you call it a window booth.
Let's get a window booth.
But I was in that's the department that I worked in,
Okay.
selling that kind of stuff. And my favorite part was, because we would have the wall of TVs. I would decide what was playing, and the number of times that I threw on Dave Mathieus Band, listener supported, which was a PBS live concert. I would throw that on start to finish, and the coolest thing about it was you would see the Dave heads. They would flock to the entertainment section, and the other managers and the overall the head of the supercenter, they were unaware why people were going over there. But I knew you can find Dave heads. If anyone ever has on a seashell necklace, original Tevas, like early 96, 97 Tevas, any kind of shirt promoting recycling, you're gonna find that that's more than likely a Dave head. And if they come over to your section, suddenly it looks like you know what to do. You know how to sell stuff. And I would sell so many copies of that PBS concert, the listener supported. It is one of my absolute favorites, because we're kindred spirits. Dave Mathieus, Chet Mathieus.
Chet?
Yes.
Corey wants to know if he can use the room for an hour. And I told him you were doing this. He said he'd split his tips with you.
To do what? What does he want? What does he want to do? He's got a show?
I didn't ask, but he just said he wants to use the room for an hour.
I want to know in great detail what he's going to be doing.
Okay, I'll get back.
And honestly, I'm already wavering towards no.
I'll let him know.
But do find out how much.
He mentioned $10 or 15% of his tips.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
The beautiful thing about karaoke is you could pick any song to sing. That's like life. You can pick any life to lead. And I have chosen to cover Dave Mathieus Band, not only as a karaoke artist, but with my life. And it has been a thrilling adventure. It's gotten me out on the road. It took me out of that dead-end marriage. The divorce was not easy. But I knew my heart wasn't in it, because my heart was somewhere else. It was in Dave cover songs. It's been nothing but an eye-opening thrill every step of the way to have a tour manager like Zach, who's not perfect in any way, literally in any way possible. He's not perfect, but his heart's in the right place, and even that's not perfect. So the things that I think he's perfect at, he's not even perfect at that.
Corey wants just for a nap.
Oh, he doesn't even want to use it. He just wants to take a nap.
He said he's pretty beat.
How far out is he?
He said be about 25 minutes.
Is that okay with you guys?
Do you want me to try and get more?
15 bucks.
15?
15 bucks.
Okay.
How long is the nap? Find that out.
He said about an hour.
Yeah, 15 bucks.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been an absolute thrill to go on stage at these shows in different cities. I mean, to be here in Philadelphia tonight, it's like, what's Philadelphia? There's Rocky, there's other things. There's other things here, but there's also Rocky. And there's a lot of great music in Rocky. And there's a lot of trying to apply that to your show. What does Dave think of Rocky of Philadelphia? What does Dave think of Philadelphia via Rocky? And I try to get in there and manipulate that and give that to the audiences, and I think that's what's set me apart. You go to any karaoke show, you're going to see a lot of different performers. You're going to see people who are just starting, good for them. You're going to see people who are realizing they're ready to quit their day job and go full time. You're going to see those people, and they're scared, and they show it in their performance. Their voice shakes. They don't know they don't know pre-song banter. They don't know post-song thank yous and good nights. And then you have what I like to consider the people at the top. And we know what we're doing. We know how to perform. We know how to give the gift of song to people.
15 is too much, he said. It's a deal breaker. He can only get 10. I can tell him.
50. 12.
I'll go back
I'll
to
go
five.
as low as 12.